You know, yeah. But anyway, 60. We had a great 60th, and I certainly did overdo my speech. I did get a little bit drunk, and I was going on about lifts and all sorts of things, and I had Mark Honan in the back yelling out, "Shut up, get off!" You know, no, he's quite right, I should have. But anyway, that was the other thing I do at speeches, which I don't do well. I didn't do that day because I cry, and I've cried at. I couldn't get my speech out at Jeff and Jade's. Okay, Mark's no problem. I think Lindsay's speech, I had to kind of say some awkward words to try and stop from crying, and everybody was saying, what was it, Linz? It was, what was it?
Chicken necks, pig's heads.
Pig's heads. Nobody could understand when I said pig's heads why I was saying it. I was trying to make myself not cry, but anyway. That was 60th, and now it's 70th, and as Linz was pointing out, there's been a lot of changes since then. We've got, you know, a couple of our adorable children have got married to beautiful ladies, which is great. And we've also got 2 beautiful grandchildren. Now, just let me go back, and this time I think 60th I had notes and I tried to read them and I really fucked up. Excuse me, grandkids here? No, they're not. And it was not good. But anyway, look, firstly, and I think I actually made my speech before the kids made their speech, which made it hard. But we've got beautiful, adorable kids, and to have them up there lying like they did with that slide, I just think they've learned a lot over the years. And Peter and I have been great friends from Michael Kalis, and we kind of built a business. We went in and we had an organisation which was supplying over 50% of local government systems, and I eventually, after a long time with that, decided to start up my own business because I didn't particularly like local government. Either did Peter in the end, but I started a business with Tony. So, but once Tony and I started to establish a company, Wasada, Peter came back in, which was fantastic because he's been a mentor, been a wonderful friend, and has stayed with Tony and I right till the end when we actually sold our company to English POMs, in other words, who thought they could do it better than us. Okay, so we said, well, if you can do it better than us, come and buy us, you know, and they did. But anyway, so we've had a fantastic relationship, and I've got a great friendship with Peter. I'm catching up with him whenever I'm in Perth every week, and I just can't understand what Dallas sees in Pete, but I kind of hard to say to somebody you don't come to your 70th, but it's a matter of if you look at everybody here, I can section everybody into groups. I can say I've got a big red group. Everybody stand up, big red group. Hey! Yeah. Been going for 35 years. Okay. And we went to a Cape Mentel wine tasting. We went to a Cape Mentel wine tasting, and the next year it became so expensive we couldn't afford to go. So we started our own wine tasting. So we started up our group of 12 of us, and that's been going ever since. So 25% of the boat, and gave me the confidence, and he said, Wally, I'll teach you everything, how to back the boat in, how to do this. And I said, well, you know, anyway, so he did, and we were partners in that boat for, I don't know, until I brought the boat down to Augusta, which we had it down here for 4 years. Craig had 3 kids at private schools. They were going and they were boarding, and he's farming, working for Simon. So you imagine your pay would have been okay, but you would have been having to work for it. And Craig said, Wally, I'm not really up for you know, renovating the boat. But Craig stayed a partner for right through, and every time something was wrong with the boat, Craig would take it to Rottnest and come back fixed. Wonderful. And I've got to tell you, you won't get a better fisherman than Doc. And Brad and Jody, obviously, Mark had the pleasure of working with Brad to kick off Ocean Grown Abalone for 5 years. I think Mark worked for you, then you sacked him, or? No. No, he didn't sack him. No, Mark decided that, and just one of those things, it was... Yeah, Mark didn't kind of like the corporate life, and but Brad and Mark have stayed mates, and Brad's building a really lovely business down with Rare Foods, which is transgressed from Ocean Grown Abalone, which was abalone. Rare Foods now, and we have some of Rare Foods wine here, which Brad bought. Yeah, we've forgotten about the other name. The other name's gone. Subsea Estate now, which was launched yesterday, and the French conglomerate with the French, and this wine is actually suspended underwater for 6 months, and it does its fermentation process, and then they bring it up and then they bottle it, and that's what Rare Foods / Ocean Grown Abalone are getting into. The abalone business is still going along, but this is actually kind of like a vertical. Brad's been a great friend as well. I've had many headaches after having Brad round for dinner. And also...
it's your fault, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Now then I've got a group over in the corner there, which I remember having an Italian sea day meeting at Fremantle, and I had the worst day that day. I was absolutely shattered. I don't know, I wasn't talking straight. I just totally, utterly gone. And I went there and I can remember Kim and Dave saying, "Why the hell are you doing this? You know, why are you doing it?" I thought, and I'd already had advice from people like Murray McHenry and certainly Jeff Ogden, who's got a pub in thing, who experienced in pubs, say, "You're absolutely idiot, why are you doing it?" Anyway, I can remember that day, but we pushed on after that and we carried on, and we finally got the approval through for this, and we did it all. And then you've got randoms like Mick and Mick. Where does Mick just fits in everywhere? You know, he just, you know, you've got Maury and you know, they just fit in anywhere. I've got a bone to pick with Maury because I think it's his fault actually. Because to see Mark and Georgia here, who came over as a surprise from Hobart, where they've been doing their world trip around the Pacific in their yacht, and that was just, for me, that just has made this day unbelievable to have the whole family here. So thank you guys for coming over. And then last but not least, we've got Jerry and Jan over there who stand up. Jan, you can stand up too. Yeah. Jerry is one of the most amazing blokes you'll ever get, and so is his wife, putting up with him. But our association, we've done lots of things together, and we've done the most amazing cruises with our great mate Tony. Can't mention that name, sorry. I knew it happened, sorry. Pig's Head. We did some fantastic cruises. Wonderful person, one of the best partners you'd ever get in your life. And Jerry and Jan shared Tony and Michelle and all the beautiful things we did together. 15 cruises, I think 14 cruises we did through the Pacific, because we sold the business when we were 49. I think we did 1 or 2 cruises every year. And we've just had a beautiful time. Jerry's just a great mate, not just to me, but everybody here. He's just a wonderful person, but had challenges like a lot of people, but more than most, and you wouldn't even know it. So I remember 3 months before we were about to open this up, and I was stressed would be an understatement. And I gave this bloke a call. And this bloke, I was chatting to him earlier today, and he said, "You better not mention me in your speech." I said, "It's none of your business." I said, "It's none of your business whether I mention you in my speech or not." But I rang him, and I rang Brian. Brian, would you mind standing up? I don't want to make a feature of you, but you stand up, please, Brian. Okay, Brian, I rang Brian. I said, "Brian, you want a cup of coffee?" And I'd worked with Mark Honan, I'd worked with Brian, and been in association with the Marks Group. Brian ran Mustard Catering with Gary Rishworth and Murray McHenry, I think, and he did lots of other things in this area, and I respected his skills, and I was pretty shot, I'm telling you, as a lot of people here know. And Brian came and I said, "Brian, I need a bit." He said, "You look crook, what's wrong?" He said, "Why do you want me? Why do you want to talk to me?" I said, "Mate, anyway," so Brian came in for 3 months before I opened this and helped me open this restaurant. And stand up. Dagmar and Hans, who have come in now from I think the 1st of September, or pretty close to there, and you know, doing a wonderful job. You know, to be a landlord and be a landlord and a lessee, okay, in any normal circumstance. The thing all right, so look, everybody, enjoy yourself. There's some nice reds up there, don't be shy. And, oh, Carol. I was only joking, I hadn't forgotten. I was only joking. Yeah.
3 to 8%, mate.
All right. I'll tell you, I can give you all good advice, marriage advice, but anybody likes some marriage down here, okay, and Carol said we need to go and plant some kangaroo paws in the garden at Callapatch, because I can tell, Dagmar saw us. And I said, "Plant in the, what? I never do that." So anyway, we went in, I'm digging holes in the garden at Callapatch. And we get a gardener to do our house, and I'm in here digging holes at Callapatch. Anyway, backed off and this and that. And then what happened, Carol decided to get a couple of bunk beds sent down to put in the room. And then she said, "Well, can you put them together?" I said, "What do you mean? I've never put a bunk bed together before in my life." We basically finished the first bunk bed, and then we realised we had the bottom rail was down here and the top rail was up there. We had to swap it. We had to do it all again. Loved ones with Carol is because I've never done that before. Don't go and buy anything from IKEA, and don't do any gardening, because that's my advice. Is stay away from it, because it could ruin a marriage. I mean, you want to see the fight we had at one of these things, you've got to do that with, and it was the wrong way, and is it going clockwise or anti-clockwise? You're on your back, and is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Oh, God. But anyway, I better finish off because, but Carol, obviously Carol's put up with all of my stupidity and weaknesses and all the things, and I'll put up with nothing because she's perfect. No. She has actually absorbed a lot of pain, and be quite honest with you, I know Carol is unbelievably good. She's unbelievably good when I get stressed. I can't tell you how stressed I was when we were operating this restaurant. And if it wasn't for Carol, honestly, as I think Billy Harries would have seen one of my outbursts when he was down here, which, you know, in terms of the stress that we're under to try and do things right. And it was Carol that actually helped us through all of that. So, Carol, stand up again, Carol. Big clap for Carol.
And with that, I think we're finished.
With that, we're finished. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. See ya.